Hello, Duncan the Trunk Nation. I am waiting on my daughter to get out of school. I have some time, and I remembered that recently I said I wanted to do a video about collecting. What got me into collecting when I was a kid, what made me want to get out of collecting, and what got me back in about 10 years ago to collecting. And then to add to that, what I collect today and how I've honed my collecting so that it's very specific and easier to manage than the way I used to collect. So when I was about 7 years old, I have a memory of one of the things I regret most in life. My grandma gave me a box of about 3,000 cards, a flat from underneath her bed that my uncles used to collect. I was 7 years old. I didn't understand anything about cards. And we're talking 60s and 70s series baseball and basketball, the old tall boy basketball cards. And cards that would be worth a lot of money today. And needless to say, as a 7-year-old, I played with them, I destroyed them, and those cards are no longer. Which is why cards from that generation are worth more, because we destroyed them. We didn't understand collecting like we do now. So after that, I grew up a little bit, and once I got a paper route and started doing detasseling, things like that, all my extra money went into collecting cards. Collecting cards back then was not like most people collect cards now. It wasn't about serial number cards, autograph cards, or any special cards like that whatsoever. It was about set building. So Topps just came out, so it's time to build that top set. So after school and after I did all my chores, I'm down at the local card shop, because there was one in almost every town when I was a kid, because collecting was that popular. And you would trade for cards that you needed with other kids. They would have the penny box, the nickel box, the dime box in there, and you would go through that looking for the cards that you need to complete the sets that you had. And I built every set every year, and I was very proud of it. You'd have a binder set up so that you had all your cards sleeved in order from one to, whatever the set ended at. And you just spent every day trying to get the extra cards you needed to complete those sets. Then the 90s happened, and the industry said, oh, wow, we overproduced a lot of these cards, and those sets that you kids are proud of that were worth 120, 140, 160 bucks are now worth 8 bucks, 10 bucks, 12 bucks. And I became unbelievably disinterested in collecting at that point in time. So I sold everything to a buddy, and I didn't think about card collecting for years and years. Did 10 years in the Army, got married, had children, and about 10 years ago, I was in Super Walmart. And I was just picking up groceries, going through the line, and I happened to go down the lane that had all the sports cards off to the side. And I was just gandering them, and I thought, wow, is collecting really still a big thing? Because I hadn't been in that world since I was much younger. So I started looking online and found, different threads and different sites that I started researching and realizing that, God, collecting really still is a big thing. And I got nostalgic and I started collecting again. Problem is, I started collecting without a focus. So what I started doing was buying collections. I would go to garage sales, I would go to estate sales, I would look online at people selling large quantities of cards, and I would buy a 50,000, 100,000 set or collection, or 100,000 card collection, and I'd pay $8-10 a box, because I got to spend the time to go through all these cards, and 99% of them are going to be commons, but I'm going to find the few gems that are in there. And for a while I had fun doing that. And then I realized I am buried in cards. I have like 500,000 cards plus, and I'm spending all my extra time going through these cards. So then I became disinterested again, and I said, what can I do to stay interested in collecting? Because I still wanted to do it, but I couldn't do it at the pace that I was going at that point in time. So eBay became my friend. Online sales became my friend. And I said, I need to sell all of these cards that mean nothing to me and have a focus as to what I want to collect. So I decided I love the 49ers for football, and I love the White Sox for baseball. So I'm going to PC the 49ers and the White Sox. As far as hockey and basketball, don't collect either. I have some old basketball rookies of yesteryear, but I don't buy basketball cards at all. So 49ers and White Sox, my two PC teams. But then 3 players that I love that I decided to PC as well. Ken Griffey Jr., my favorite baseball player of all time, Frank Thomas, and Barry Bonds are the 3 players that I have large PCs of as well. So those were my focus points. 49ers, White Sox, and those 3 players. And as I was selling all these cards, 10,000 at a time, 5,000 at a time, whatever I could in lots on eBay and Craigslist and wherever I could online, Marketplace, I was taking the profits from that and saying, okay, I'm going to take the profits from all these cards I just sold and buy a graded Joe Montana 1981 Topps rookie card. And I got that. And then a Jerry Rice, and then a Frank Thomas, and then a Steve Young. But I was buying individual graded cards that meant something to me, that I could display and be proud of, that were worth money up front, and that would be great additions to a small, focused collection. So that's what I started doing. And I'm to the point now where I have my collection honed down to mainly graded cards. And I have started ripping some of the current stuff and putting rookies aside and kind of looking for the future on certain players. But for the most part, it's all 80s or prior. In my collection, I have a lot of very old 49ers and very old White Sox cards that I've purchased over the last few years. So that's kind of what I do now. But now I can be more focused. I'm not ripping packs constantly. So 2020, I bought Series 1, 2 blaster boxes, 2 hanger boxes, 2 fat packs, and 10 regular 16-card packs. And I won't buy any more unless it goes on deep discount, because I've got all the major rookies that we're looking for this year. I've got all the gold cups. I even got a printing plate and a few other good cards. But I've got everything I want. They're in my 3-year rookie box. And that's what I do with rookies, as I cycle every 3 years. So the rookies from this year, if they're not performing 3 years from now, I'll sell them all on a lot, doesn't matter. And the ones that are performing, I'll top load and put into my PC. But right now they're just sitting in like a 5,000 card box, and I'll cycle through them every year to look at the rookies from 3 years prior to see if they're performing at all. Hall of Famers, if I find a high-end insert or low-numbered insert or anything like that, I will pull a Hall of Famer out of a pack or whatever. Otherwise, I don't really collect anything beyond the 49ers, the White Sox, and those 3 players, because it's easier for me to maintain a focus on collecting when I'm not collecting everything. Like right now, my focus is on Nick Bosa. Illusions rookie card. I have his base rookie. I have the orange parallel, the blue sapphire, the blue numbered to 399 or 299, the yellow numbered to 399, the red numbered to 199, and I'm just working through to try to get the rainbow. Everything except for the 1-of-1. I have not seen the Illusions Nick Bosa rookie card 1-of-1 pop up anywhere, but I will look for that. I could go out and spend $6 on packs of Illusions all day long and never get what I'm looking for, and I'm getting, spending $6 a pop. Whereas I purchased the blue for a couple bucks. I've probably got a total of $25 invested in the 6 different parallels that I currently have, and there's a couple 3 out there that I'm still really looking for, defined at the right price. But I could spend as much as I've spent in packs and get nothing, whereas instead I go online and I'm really eBay driven to get the cards that I want rather than just rip packs. However, every once in a while I get a hair to buy some vintage cards. So I like ripping old vintage packs. I'll order a box of 89 Fleer. You got Griffey Jr., rookie. You've got the potential to get the Ripken error card or any number of various corrections, likely the black box. But you got Randy Johnson, rookie, or error Sheffield. There's tons of great rookies in that set. So I'll order a wax box, 36 packs, and I just love the feel, the grittiness of the cards, the smell of that old cardboard. It just brings me back to yesteryear. And I'll pull the few cards out of it that I want. I'll sleeve them up, top load them, and the rest I'll just sell in a lot or whatever. But I do that just simply for fun. But realistically, I have a very focused collection now because I think it's more fun when you have a focus in specific areas instead of, I'm just going to collect everything that's good. And if I find a one of one, which I found many, that doesn't fall into those categories, I will sell it to get something that I want. And instead of keeping it just because it's a good card, if it's a card that doesn't mean anything to me, why do I even have to own it then? Get rid of it, sell it, get the good price for it, and buy something that you want. I'll be making more rip videos and things as we move forward. More of a closer look at my collection and how I collect. But I just wanted to give a quick shout-out video today because I remembered saying that I wanted to make this video. If you like my videos, please hit the like button. Subscribe. I'll be trying to post at least once a week. Sometimes I'll be posting more often than that, but I'm trying to get back into making the videos again. So, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we will see you next time. So Dunk in the Trunk, out.